Good morning, I'm Pamela. I'm from Yorkshire in the north of England. Obviously to talk about crochet as per usual. I've finally finished the bear. It's called Theo, so here we go. Don't know whether you'll fit him all in the picture, but I think he's looking really good. I made a couple of adjustments. I didn't fancy doing the fabric on the feet, so what I did was I made a couple of patches in the same colour as a muzzle and put them on, and then I tightened that foot up slightly by pulling it in while I was putting the pad on, so the feet now look a lot better than they did. That one is still somewhat wider than the other, but it's close enough now not to matter at all. I've obviously put the flowery buttons on, which I think look really nice. He's got his fabric in his ears, and I decided to make a little bow tie instead of the pads on the feet. So I've just took a square of the material, sewn it down on two sides, pulled it inside out, and then I've sewn up the end and then just folded it into a bow tie shape. I've just tied it on with a little thin ribbon at the moment, just to you know, while I decide if I want to keep it like that or make a thicker one or whatever. But I think it looks rather nice actually. I'm really pleased with him. So, and I loved making these shorts. I think I I haven't fallen in love with putting material onto the actual crocheted item, but I do like making clothes. I've decided that I do like making the clothes, so there might be more of that in the future. But yeah, what do you think? I think it looks great. So it's designed to sit down, so I'll probably put him up on my shelf up there if he'll fit. If he won't, he'll have to go somewhere else. His feet turning a little bit, if you can see that. I think that's quite cute. So yeah, I did a couple of variations. The nose patch was supposed to be in felt. Well, I don't have any felt, and I felt sure it wasn't worth buying a large piece of it, so I just used some Theodore happy cotton in licorice and made an oval. I think I did 4 rows and made an oval. Can't remember how many stitches I started with. I think it was 5 or 6. Anyway, I just eyeballed it to see how it would look. And then I used a little bit of Theodore happy cotton in shower just to give him a white round his brown eyes, because obviously I've used brown teddy eyes and I wanted to make them stand out a little bit. So the other alteration I did, I've forgotten my notes now. Anyway, you start the shorts under this row of double crochets. You put them on later. Now I could not get it to look right, you know, when I joined up the chains. So what I did was I did the first row, I think it were 48 chains, and the second row I just turned and went back along the chains, and then I joined, and I got a much neater finish that way. I have noticed this before, that I don't like how it looks when I join chains to do a round. So that's what I've tried this time, and I think I'll probably stick with that if I've ever to do it again. The other thing I did was just between the braces at the back, that's supposed to be slip stitches, but it was looking a bit untidy, so I did just in those few there, I just did single crochets. Rest of it is as is on the pattern, so yeah, sorted with him really. And like I say, I'm calling him Theo. So the pattern in the book, I've probably shown you this way too many times, but the pattern in the book there, Teddy Theodore. So I'm definitely a fan as well of using the wool the woolly tweedy yarn now. I think I really liked it. Like I say, as far as using it for amigurumi, it does make it stretch a bit and it is prone to tearing apart. But honestly, you get used to it and you start treating it accordingly. I found out when I was sewing bits onto the teddy, the longer the piece of wool I had left to sew on with, the worse it was, because obviously the more you're pulling it up and straight, so you must stretch it that way. So as short as I could make it, really, because I'm usually generous with what the piece I've got to sew on with and end up cutting a load off and throwing away. So for this one I did start shortening the bits that I used, but all in all, very happy with it. So yeah, so that is my hashtag fall in love project. So just to remind you again, this is the body I used, which is, what colour was that? So that was the Bronte Bronze, I think, wasn't it? Bronte Bronze. So that's how much I've got left of that. So yeah, it does use nearly the full 50 grams to do this bear. For the muzzle and for the foot pads, I used the Airwood Chestnut, which is that one. So I've got quite a lot of that left, which I was expecting anyway, because obviously it's, you know, you only really should have been the muzzle. I just did the foot pads as an extra. So, and then for the shorts, which is the one that kicked it off, this is the one I bought down in the Midlands, is the West Riding Red. So all in Sirdar Haworth tweed. So yeah, really like these. So I'll have to find another project that I can finish these off with. Obviously there won't be enough to make another full bear with this colour, because I've used too much on the nose and the feet. Unless I made the legs shorter, I could do it that way. I could make another one in a pale colour then. But yeah, that's that one done. Just before it's supposed to wear a scarf, is Teddy Theodore. So that's how I did the thing. So, and then I just stitched some fabric round. Don't know whether you can see that. And then because it's a temporary thing, I just put the thin ribbon through and tied in about the back. But I think I'm keeping that idea, and so I'll stitch that onto the bear, I think. And then it's supposed to have a scarf on. So I made him a scarf in yellow. Just put it on for you, if I could get it right way. Ooh. There we go. So that's it, that's with a scarf on. So I'm inclined to think the bow tie looks better. But yeah, that's the scarf. And that I just used a little ball I had in my scraps of acrylic. I think it's just a gold tone, but I can't remember the precise colour or brand. So yeah, what do you think to that then? So would it tempt you to use some fabric in your projects, or make clothes for your amigurumis, or do you do that already? I'm going on to now, I think I said a while back that I'm doing some teddies for, well, the one who won't one teddy for the baby that's going to be born at Christmas. So I'm going to do a choice of 3, I think, because they will come in handy for somebody. Then I've got to go on and do that horse for the lady at church. I think that's it then, and then can get on with the things I want to do for myself again. So the car's gone in this morning, so keeping fingers crossed still. I don't think I've anything else to say. I'm stuck at home waiting to see what's happening with the car. Then tomorrow it may still be an overnight, so I haven't made any plans for tomorrow. But that's good, because I can sit at home and crochet, so nothing wrong with that, is there? So I shall just say take care of yourselves, and I'll see you.